Hello, hello, hello. Abundance to you, beautiful ones. Melanin Starzz checking in today. As you can see, I'm very natural this time, but I just wanted to check in with you guys and do my next video on how to boss up after being ghosted. But first, I would just like to talk about the products I'm using. Love these two combined, Naturals shampoo and this co-wash. And then I'll talk about my other ones as I proceed. But yeah, y'all. So, how to boss up after being ghosted. So, well, from a woman's perspective. So what exactly is ghosting, right? I would explain it as, going from being in a committed, well, not committed, but a one-on-one type of situation, and out of nowhere, no communication, no argument, sometimes an argument, but just zero contact for no reason. And I would just say that, I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've ghosted before and I've been ghosted. So, when I was younger, I used to do it as a defense mechanism. And anytime anyone would get serious about me, like I stated in my old video, my last few videos, I would just, not get scared, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So I just, and I was gone. And it wasn't that there was anything wrong with them. It was just I wasn't in the right place emotionally to fully accept it for all it could be, And it's funny how the universe works. When I finally called myself wanting to settle down, right? After those 3 years of healing, I met a guy. And it, y'all, I didn't like my hand being held. None of that. It was the defense mechanism. I realized that now, but this is avocado oil. My hair loved avocados, but I didn't like my hand being held. I didn't like affection. It was a lot I didn't just do. Kissing so much, right? And when I met that guy, it was just something that was different about him, It had been 3 years since I actually tried again, so it was the first time, he was the first time I felt anything as far as happiness, excitement. Like, I didn't have any emotions prior because I was broken. And he was actually the first time I felt anything for the first time in 3 years. So, of course, you get all these emotions back at the same time, and it can be overwhelming. And yeah, you can guess that I overreacted to a little situation, but that's just going too deep. And I was ghosted shortly after. Not immediately after, but no argument, none of that. And y'all, like I said, it was the first time I got emotions back. And like I said, it's funny how the universe works. After all those people I had ghosted, those 3 years I was broken, I finally understood what it felt like to be on the other end. Karma clearing. And, you know, it really took some time, but time heals almost anything. Alright, y'all, I call this process moisture sealing. So yeah. The lesson I got from that, though, at the end of the day, the lesson I got from it was, if you really care about that person, and that person cares about you genuinely, you know, the least you can do is give them closure. Communication, you know, because all it does is create more karma that has to be cleared, or another hurt person. And, you know, if we're really out here to heal the world, it's like we can't keep hurting from a place of our own brokenness. So, it took me a good 10 months to kind of accept what had happened, you know, because without there being any closure, it's like you have to find your own closure. You know, you gotta deal with your own emotions, and the more you try to avoid what you're feeling, it just prolongs the healing process. So, yeah, I was still in school. I still had to go to class because it was like, do I really want to stop my life? Well, that wasn't even an option. Like, you know, your life shouldn't end just because somebody you cared about a lot is no longer a part of it. But I was the type of female in school that I always want, if I was supporting someone, doing it to the 110th degree. You know, too much, too young. So, you know, to the point that I forgot what Melanin liked to do for fun. Because I wasn't thinking about that. You know, my life quickly became, or revolved around his, and without him constantly on my mind, I didn't have no choice but to learn how to love myself, fulfill myself. So I started with little things like doing my hair every Sunday. Now, as you can see, yeah, I started working out. I took myself on dates randomly, you know, just anything to pour back into my soul and fulfill myself from my own, you know, being my own source. Flip back to school. Hey, that next year, I was promoted to district manager. An employer, graduated from college. Hiring college students to gain credible work experience within the community that summer. 18. My office went on to sell 21,000. Yep. Pretty cool. Shortly after, I wanted something more stable, or not stable, but dependable if I were to get sick, something like PTO. And went into the banking realm. Started as a teller. Y'all, I got promoted in 6 months to personal banker. And that was when I gained my 5 ranches in the Northeast. Yeah. I poured into myself so much, to the point that, you know, what used to be on my mind or, you know, thinking so much about the future to the point that I was my sole source of happiness. And now it took some time, a lot of solitude, a lot of tears. But the lesson I received out of that was you don't have to hurt people. And communication is always the best route to take. You know? Because now that I know what it feels like, I made it a point to myself that no matter how difficult the conversation may be, if what we had was genuine, you know, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna need you to say something, baby. What if I told y'all I could sing for real? And I just be playing around. But yeah, y'all just say something. You don't have to be much. But, you know, let them know. And y'all can say whatever y'all want, but Felicia ain't got nothing on these juicy twists. Yes. Avocado oil. I'm using this Aunt Jackie's buttercream intensive moisture sealant. Love it. Avocado oil, cold pressed. And as I said earlier, Naturals Club shampoo. I love it because it puts so much moisture back in your hair without stripping it. Oh, excuse me. And then Lotta Body Cleanse Me Co-Wash. So maybe on my next wash day, I'll just do one just for hair. But